in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I will be discussing in this reaction video, I will discuss why women choose to walk past a good, decent man to go be with Pookie or a dude who is unemployed, who isn't a man, just a boy trapped in a grown man's body. Okay. Before I do, hit the notification bell. Once you do that, select the option that says all. That way you will be informed of all my new content. Can you dig it? Now, let me go ahead and get deep in this thing here. Good morning to you. You know what? All right, like I always say, let's get it.
Insane. So let's break this down. Pookie is never the better option. He's just the easiest option to find because a lot of men are Pookies. So the probability of being able to run across one is very likely because there's a lot of them out here on the dating scene. So not only is it common to be able to find one and easy to be able to come across one, it's also a lot comfortable to be with a Pookie than it is a grown man who applies grown man pressure.
Bingo. Bingo, bingo. Bingo. Now, let me tell you what that means. All right. When you are a man who is accomplished, who has many achievements, who works hard to become somebody in society, you have every right to demand excellence from anyone that you interact with. A lot of these women are fully aware that if a man has all his things together, who take care of himself, then he may not actually need her. When they are dealing with Pookies, men who are unemployed, men who are in and out of jail, in and out of prison, men who make constant bad decisions, men who don't really take pride in their image, always into trouble, foul mouth, men who are dependent upon someone else. These women know that if they are going to be with these men, that they will be in the position of power. Most times, these women who choose Pookies and men who are no good are very attractive women. But the most attractive women tend to have the most insecurities. So if there's a woman who's with the Pookie a lot of times, and she's very attractive, she gets with these men who are not actually real men, because these type of men will put these type of women on a pedestal. Okay. When you are a boss type of guy and you don't have to have millions of dollars, just have moderate success, have your own residence, your own car, and a stream of income. You don't ever have to place a woman on a pedestal because the very reasons why you become an accomplished man, gentlemen, is so that you can place yourself on the pedestal. Your accomplishments and achievements should be an ego booster, excuse me. It should build just confidence and whatnot. So women go for men who don't have these things because real men put pressure on a woman. We demand that they give us certain behaviors. We demand that they have domestic skills. We demand that they carry themselves like ladies in modesty with virtue. We demand loyalty. We demand that they are not a gossiping woman, a disrespectful woman, an argumentative woman. But you can only really demand that from a woman, gentlemen, if you have your life together. When you do not, this is how they treat you, like shit, or they'll go for a man that's Pookie. It ain't always because they are bad boys. It ain't always because they're attractive, which is part of it. But there are good, decent men who got their lives together who are also attractive, who won't let you run over them. So a lot of weaker-minded women choose these men. Let's keep going.
Let me break this down to you. See, when you deal with a Pookie, a lot of these are men who don't have themselves together. And a lot of women understand that by dealing with these men, sometimes you feel like you the prize. Whether it be you make more money than him, you think you look better than him, you feel like you're doing him a favor by being with him. And so you feel like the prize in that situation. Women like to feel like the prize in these situations. But see, when you get with a grown man who got himself together, a grown man who is financially stable, don't have no outside children, this is a man who is emotionally intelligent, Like the list goes on. A man who has standards, that is a lot of pressure to somebody who ain't ready to step up and be the type of woman who could keep that type of man, right? Because not only are you going to have to up the type of woman you are as far as how you act, because he will easily replace you. See, a man with options is completely different than a pookie who just happy to have you because you're the best thing that he's ever been able to pull. A lot of these men who truly have options, you're not the best thing he's ever pulled before, right?
Let's get into that. A lot of men who are successful, who have their life together, have been with many beautiful women. I have. Now, here's the thing that people got to understand. A lot of times men like myself and other men who find themselves to be in a good place in life, they may choose to marry a woman that is not as attractive as some of the other women that he's dated. The reason why is because that woman, now, she's not ugly to that man. She is attractive to that man, but she does not compare when it comes to the aesthetic of the women that he's dated. Again, back to what I was saying. It's because there's something about the woman that he's currently with that is more valuable. She has things about her that is valuable that the other woman did not have. She may have a sweeter demeanor. She might be very inviting and welcoming to him. She may have domestic skills. She may have which is really important. She might have a willingness to learn. A willingness to learn things that she don't know how to do. Like if she don't know how to cook, she's willing to learn. If she doesn't know how to dress in a certain way to please you, she's willing to learn. If she doesn't have domestic skills, she's willing to learn. And one of the reasons why willingness to learn is powerful to a man, because that displays humility. You can tell her something. You can lead. You can guide a woman who is willing to learn. Women who don't know shit and say things like, your mama don't live here. I don't have to clean up behind you. I don't know how to cook. We can order something. These women don't have humility. These women are stubborn and they are stuck in their ways. A man who has substance always has options. A man can always easily replace a woman who's ain't acting right. Now, you got beta men out there who are successful and they don't know how to do it. They have to call me and we can talk about a counseling session, because I've life coached several times. If you want to, I'll put you on game. But as long as you keep yourself kind of in shape, have some pride about yourself, and be successful, women is the byproduct of your success, and you don't have to be stuck on a woman. Okay, let's keep going.
Dealt with women like you constantly. You're not nothing special that he's never come across before. But the pookie that you're dealing with will put you on a pedestal, let you talk to him crazy, let you do a lot of questionable stuff, make up excuses for your poor behavior because he likes the way you look or whatever benefit that he getting out of you. But see, that man who actually has options, he not that impressed by your looks. He's had girls that looks just as good as you or better. He's had girls who had just as much going for them or better. And he understands that if you don't act the way he wants, he'll easily go out and replace you with somebody better. And a lot of women, you know that. And you don't want that type of pressure on you. You don't want to be in that type of competitive mode where you know you have to stay being a quality woman in order to keep this man's attention.
Let me jump in. I'm going to tell you my theory of what I've coined as competition anxiety. What it is, competition anxiety is a method that you use on a woman to keep her performance good for you, to keep her performing the type of way that you want her to perform, to always have the type of behavior that you want her to display to you. Competition anxiety is where you make a woman feel that there's other women out there that wants you and that you have accessibility to these women if she ever decides to ruin the relationship. The way that you go about doing competition anxiety, excuse me, I'll cut my allergies, you know I am. Man, all you got to do is don't be out of shape. You ain't got to be super fine, but dress decent. Have a pleasant shape about yourself. Dress nice. Wear cologne. Groom yourself. Have a nice little ride if you can. You know what I mean? Have confidence. That's the biggest thing. Confidence is swagger. So go ahead and have confidence, but have your appearance looking good. Let her see you dressed like that when you go out with her. Let her see you be dressed like that when you meet her and she hasn't been around with you. Okay? Let her see you go to a place and other women look at you because of your dress. All this is going to do is trigger the insecurity or the anxiety that's within her anyway. And when she's triggered that way, she's going to do her best to look good for you. She's going to try to drop weight. She's going to try to keep her hair done. She's going to try to keep her nails and toes did. She's going to try to dress well. And most importantly, she's going to have a better attitude than most women because she doesn't want to lose you. See, most women are insecure anyway. So triggering this type of anxiety within them is not that difficult. Okay? And you always got to make her feel like you will walk away. And you should be able to walk away if you're a man, if a woman is not treating you right. You get what I'm saying? So this is competition anxiety. You got to make a woman anxious. See, the problem is, gentlemen, a lot of you get these women and they get comfortable with you and they don't do what they used to do no more. Or they become disrespectful or something like that because they feel as if you are wrapped around their pinky finger because you have kissed her ass so much and pillow talked so much, placed her on the pedestal so high that you have made her believe that she's the best thing that ever come in your life and that you will fall out and die if she leaves you. So now when she feels that way, her respect for you starts to drop for one thing. Because now you seem like a pushover that she knows now she can talk to you any kind of way, treat you any kind of way, do whatever the hell she want to do. Don't answer the phone when you call. Don't return your text messages back in a timely manner because you know you're not going anywhere. Women do, for some reason in their psyche, like to be on rocky ground sometimes. I ain't saying being abusive, but that's another way of keeping her excited. It's exciting. I know it's weird, man. I might do a show about that. I was talking about that to somebody. I might make that a live stream. I don't know. I've been thinking about it so I can show y'all, teach y'all how do you compete with Pookie. You know what I mean? Because there is a way you can do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I've been thinking about it. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's a lot easier for you to coast by dealing with a Pookie where you don't have to do nothing but the bare minimum and just show up and he just happy to have you and allow you to act, be immature, be the childish woman that you are and have all of these poor behaviors that you display and he'll accept it because again, he just happy to have you. And again, a lot of women understand this, whether or not they admit it or not, whether or not they are purposely doing it, or they really don't understand that this is what subconsciously is happening. A lot of women avoid men who really got themselves together because they understand the pressure that comes with it. Another thing about these men who are better catchers of men, a lot of them, even the girls who dealt with them, you can't get those men to commit if they don't want you. And a lot of women want these men to commit, but can't get these men to commit. It's a lot easier to get pregnant by a Pookie than it is one of these type of men, because a lot of these men think in the future, right? They may lay down with you, but they'll make sure not to get you pregnant because they don't want to deal with you in the long run. They only want to deal with you temporarily. So this is the reason why it's so many more women getting pregnant by Pookies than it is better men, because those better men are taking precautions to make sure not to get you pregnant because they don't want you to be their baby mama. They don't.
He told you the truth. There's a lot of black men who don't have no children. Good men. And it's on purpose. On purpose. Like I tell y'all, a lot of women for smashing and dashing. Or like other people say, recreational purposes only. And we see that when we with you. When we with that woman. We can already tell we don't want the woman to be the baby mama. We don't want you to be a baby mama, but we sure hell want to clap those cheeks because his booty's sticking out. Ooh, look at them yams on that woman. Boy, she got some candy yams. You know what I mean? That's how we think. But we like, nah, we don't want to be with her forever. Fuck that.
Want any ties to you long term. But Pookie, he'll shoot the club up because he know he not going to be there long term. He know he has no intentions on being a good father, but he will mark his territory to have to keep in contact with you.
And that's where we're going to end that at. Because one thing she said at the end is true. They will mark their territory by getting you pregnant. This is why it's so hard for women to get good, decent men who are childless or even have children sometimes, because you have Pookie's kids. Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook kids. And these guys do know that if they get you pregnant, the chances of you finding a good man or a man that's better than him reduces because he will always have accessibility to her, even if you don't want to have anything to do with that damn kid. And what man who's getting money, real money, who worked hard, who has deserved the right, in my honest opinion, to raise a child or family, wants to deal with a woman who already made family from another man? Who wants to really do that? Being a stepfather is a foolish, thankless act. If you find someone who want to do it, hey, kudos. But in my humble opinion, taking care of other men's children is not good. It's too many problems, too many hassles. You got someone that don't even look like you, don't even have your type of mannerisms. Sometimes they have daddies or something else. And it's not dissing the bastard kid, because it's a bastard child. If he was born outside of marriage, which makes it a non-marital birth. That's not putting down those children, because it's not the children's fault. Okay? It's not. But it is the man's fault if he decides to take over another man's responsibility, which is a child, and shit don't go his way. He done spent all his money, all his time, all his effort on the bastard kid. And the word bastard is not a profane word. You can look it up and see that it means illegitimate child or illegitimate children, or a child that was produced out of, wedlock, non-marital birth. I say it because I know people don't like it. But I come from a generation where they talked like that, and these words was used to discourage certain behaviors. In other words, saying bastard child is a way of putting shame out there. Shame. The one thing that our community seem to be in a drought about. We need that to come back to our communities. So again, bastard kid. You don't like it, I don't care. Okay? Today's Friday, so I'll be back Monday with new content. You may just get one video this morning, man. I have a lot of things I gotta do early this morning. So I hope y'all cool with that. You did. Well, anyway, I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon. Y'all take it easy now, yeah?